I would like to welcome singer-songwriter Nancy Bates to the program today, and welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Before we begin, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, well, I'm a Barkindji woman from far west New South Wales. Grew up in Broken Hill. I have family running the length of the Darling River. Dad grew up in Wilcannia, that sort of area. But I have been living on Kaurna country in Adelaide for about 20 years and going back home as much as possible.
And also now you've just been announced as a recipient for the Adelaide Festival Centre's Walk of Fame staff. Congratulations. How did that make you feel?
I guess like being nominated, it's an overwhelming feeling of, obviously someone's taking the time to nominate. I still don't actually know who that person was, so thank you if you're listening. But to receive something, you open up an email and to know that you've been nominated with people that are big names in the industry. I'm an independent artist. I'm not signed to a major label. I'm a late bloomer in the industry. I could never really imagine that an accolade like this would ever come my way, but it has, and it's deadly.
Yes, definitely, that's awesome, and it was great to hear that when we found out that you were the recipient of that award. Can you tell us what's next for you? Do you have any new music or tours or performances coming up?
Absolutely. I'm cleaning my car at the moment because I'm getting packed to head out on the road with Glenn Scothorpe. We've got a 2-week Bringing It Home tour in New South Wales. We're basically going to take both of us and a band back to our communities. So we'll start in Broken Hill, Silverton, head up to Wilcannia, we're heading to Cobar, Warriner, Burke, Lightning Ridge, Gadooga, all of those communities. So that'll be the next 2 weeks for me on the road. I have a single release coming out around May 8. I do have a full album to release this year that I recorded last year in Melbourne with Craig Pilkington, who I worked with when I worked with Uncle Archie Roach. But I also have one of the biggest projects I've been working on is Songs Inside, and I'm not sure if you're aware of that. Working with filmmaker Shalom Arman. I spent 4 months last year running a ukulele and music workshop program in the Adelaide Women's Prison with a view of women writing songs that empower us and to actually perform with the Adelaide Symphony Orchestra inside the prison, which happened last year on September 29. It's the biggest kind of event that's ever happened inside an Australian prison. But the whole purpose of Songs Inside is to give our women a voice, women who are incarcerated or have an experience of incarceration, a voice. So through this music program, women being able to write songs that tell their story and also speak on camera about their experiences and also about what they see are some things that could change within prison systems and within society to enable women to be able to return, what most women need in the prison system is healing, not further harm. That often prison systems and all of that structure, causes our people, and we know that our people disproportionately die or are harmed, as when they come into contact with prisons or any kind of correctional kind of service. So that will be, a documentary will be coming out October 31st, so Halloween, and I'm starting to perform with some of the women that are getting out now as well. So I'm kind of working towards, building a permanent music program in the Adelaide Women's Prison. I also have a residency with the Sydney Conservatorium of Music this year to work with First Nations students, connect them to the Songs Inside project. So they'll be coming over to perform as part of the Songs Inside premiere, but also going to be doing a screening of the documentary at Sydney University involving First Nation students there from across the Conservatorium of Music as well. So I've got a lot on my plate this year. It's pretty much all mapped out, but it's the accumulation of a lot of hard work. And I think, I just want to say that the reason I do this is off the back of, carrying on the legacy of Uncle Archie Roach's work in prison, just reminding our mob that, prison is not their life and that's not their story. So, leaning into projects in prison and music projects in prison is incredibly important. And I've seen the difference in music in somebody's life can make, including my own. So that's what I've been working on. I reckon this year's my busiest year yet. And I keep saying I'm going to slow down, but I don't seem to be able to do that.
Well, we look forward to checking out the new music and also the new program that's out in October. And we'll definitely keep updated with that as well with you. Do you have any advice to anyone now who might be thinking about a career in the music industry?
Yeah, I would say, find a good mentor. That's what changed it for me, having Uncle Archie Roach, being under his wings for 4 years. It really opened up doors and helped me to navigate the music industry. Finding good mentors, almost everybody I know, if you reach out and ask for a bit of support or advice, people will give it. I'm also available to talk to anyone to give any kind of guidance or advice. Yeah, start looking at what supports there are around, what funding might be available to you. Start thinking about building your team, who you're going to need Is it about putting a band together? Have you got a band together? What's the next kind of steps? Where do you want to go? What does music mean for you? What's your purpose? For me, once I had clearly defined my purpose in music, I feel like I can steer my own ship now. Like I know where I need to go. I might need other people on board to help me steer the ship and make it all run to get from A to B. You can't do it on your own. You know, music requires a community. Yeah, you've got to build your creative community, but there's, especially blackfellas, we're always there. We're taught to help each other out. We're here for each other. We have a responsibility to mentor and help our people in music. So, yeah, there'll be no shortage of help once you ask for it. And, yeah, good advice, knowing what funding is available, what resources are available, getting good support letters for, you know, for funding and projects, that sort of stuff, and think about the impact that you want to make on your community. That's my advice.
And so now, if anyone would like to check out or purchase your music, or would like to stay up to date with you about any upcoming projects, how do we go about doing that?
You could just Google Nancy Bates and I'll come up on Instagram and Facebook. Yep. I've got a website, those sorts of things. It shouldn't be too difficult to get in touch with me. I'm everywhere.
Before we go, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I just want to thank you, Amirara Media. You know, you're incredibly important to us as a community, to me as a music maker. You supported my career since I started. I think that's like 12, 13 years ago now. And, you know, I think you were the first radio station to interview me or, you know, record any kind of live performance. And it's just wonderful that you continue to support me and reach out when I reach these kind of milestones and help me to celebrate. And, yeah, just thank you to Amirara. Too deadly.
Well, thank you again. And also, again, congratulations again on being the recipient of this award. And definitely we'll keep up to date with you. And enjoy the rest of your day and we'll speak soon.
Thank you very much.